Hello, my loves, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maria. If you are new, please subscribe below for more videos like this. Today, we're going to be talking about the March equinox, the spring equinox for Northern Hemisphere, the fall equinox for the Southern Hemisphere, the energies that it holds, how you can prepare for it, what you can do, what you should do the day off, and also how significant it is. I love the spring equinox. I'm going to refer to this as the spring equinox because I live in the Northern Hemisphere. I live in the United States. And so from my perspective, it is the spring equinox. It is one of my favorite times of the year, obviously, because I love spring and nature just coming back to life. But cosmically, this is a very important date. It is one of the 4 major solar days in the calendar. And if you guys have been following me, I've said it a time or a dozen that we are going through a massive shift within our local sun. The consciousness that embodies and inhabits our sun has shifted, has changed. Actually on summer solstice in June of last year. And so our sun is continuing its journey and anchoring its energies on planet Earth. And so every equinox and solstice of 2023 is going to be extremely potent compared to the normal. And some of you that may have never felt any specific energy around the solstices and the equinoxes are going to feel it in 2023 because the energies are that different, they're that potent, and they're just that beautiful. So what does this upcoming March equinox hold for us? First things first, usually when we look at the equinox, we need to look at the numerology of that day. And this year, the equinox is going to hit us on March 20th, 2023, which brings me to the numerology of 3, right? That is going to be the number of the day, but it's 12-3, meaning prior to getting to my number 3, I'm getting 12 in the numerology of that day. And this is a pretty big code, and we're going to dissect it together. 12 is a number of completion. So what does this tell us? This tells us that this equinox, this up and coming equinox, is all about it is essentially a rite of passage. It's all about shedding who we used to be as it related to our goals, our dreams, our aspirations, our path, our mission. And we are coming into almost like a new frontier. We are leveling up. This level up is going to happen for the entirety of humanity in March, and it is very, very beautiful to witness. We are not meant to be the same. There is definitely going to be the before and after for a lot of us once we pass the threshold of March 20th. Usually an equinox is the time of balance. It is the time when our night equals our day, right? That is why it's called the equinox, from the word equal. And that is when the sun plays the role of, in some ways, the judge. But I want you to imagine the energies of the equinox as the energies of the scale. You know, the scale of light and the scale of darkness being equal. This is usually the time of introspection. An equinox is a time when we are invited to travel into the depth of who we are to balance our polarities. In 2023 specifically, we are going to be downloading a lot of the solar codes 3 days before the equinox and 3 days after. What are these solar codes in relationship to? And that is when we go back to the numerology. So the numerology of this particular equinox and the codes that are coming through have to do with the energies of 12 and the energies of 3. 12 is a number of completion. Again, we're completing a cycle. We have all been on a journey, and that journey there's been a lot of ups and downs, but make no mistake, humanity is completing a large 12-year cycle. And now we're moving on to bigger and better things, to greener pastures, if you will. And so the energy of the 3 is the smaller alchemical number, and that is the number of the divine child. And it is a very, very beautiful energy that is coming through, which is, we have been doing so much adulting that this equinox is here to remind us that the 2 polarities that we need to balance are the polarities of our adult and our inner child. And that is the lesson here. Adulting doesn't have to be hard. Being on a path and on a mission doesn't have to be the grind. And so during this spring equinox, the jolt that we're getting, the codes that we're getting from the sun, are all about recognizing our own inner children that live inside of us and meeting their needs. Getting to know your inner child, understanding what he or she wants, providing that inner child with the TLC, the tender loving care that it needs, understanding what that inner child has been thirsty for, what have they've been craving that they have not been getting. Very often as we move through life, unless we are doing parts work and unless we go back to the trauma of the childhood, we don't ever meet our inner child. We move from a point of being a child to a point of being an adult. And again, the energies of the equinox are coming very, very strong to remind us that life is not all serious. In fact, it's a virtual reality game. This is a game. All life is a game. We've just gotten very, very serious while playing. And so I think this equinox is very much an invitation to play more. This equinox is very much an invitation to invite lightheartedness into your life, to invite foolishness to some degree into your life, and to start from scratch. Very, very, for those of you guys that know the tarot, despite the fact that tarot is the major arcana card and it's a 0, but the energies of the Fool for tarot are coming really, really strong for this spring equinox because it is the energy of new beginning. Anytime you close a cycle, you start fresh. And we all are going to start. The entire humanity is going to start with bright eyes and bushy tails as the children. And don't expect yourself to have things figured out at the next level just yet. You're not supposed to feel in control right now. You're supposed to play with abandon. You're supposed to get curious. You're supposed to get excited about life again. What does this also mean? It's an invitation for you to pursue a hobby, a new hobby, something that's on your bucket list, something you have not gotten around to. The energy of this particular equinox is beautiful, you guys, for taking up that hobby. Whatever that is, no matter whether you feel you're too old, too skinny, too something, doesn't really matter. You're not too anything to be able to pursue that which you've always wanted. There's a little bit of the energy of seize the day and seize the moment. Again, that Fool of the arcana is walking. It's the beginning of the journey. It's a little bit of the childlike naivete when you don't really know what the future holds and you're okay with that, where you understand that it's not about the destination. It's about moving one foot in front of the other, smelling the roses, playing with the monarch butterflies. Life doesn't have to be serious. So it's a little bit of that attitude that the spring equinox is here to bring us. March 20th and March 2021 is going to be terrific, you guys, for making resolutions, kind of like the New Year's resolutions, like all the things that, intentions, setting intentions, let's call them, instead of resolutions, if that is easier. Beautiful energies, very nurturing energies, because we're entering the beginning of the cycle. It's like planting the seeds, and you're going to be planting the seeds into a very fertile soil. The sun emanations, the sun energies that are descending right now on planet Earth are extremely nurturing. They are also accelerants. So whatever you're planting during the days of the March equinox, all of these things are going to sprout 3 to 5 times faster than if you plant them during any other time in this year. How about that? So this is a tremendous opportunity, a very small window of opportunity, but a tremendous opportunity to set your intentions, to invite the universe to play and co-create with you, to allow yourself to dream bigger, to go bigger, to open your heart to what's possible. It's a very, very beautiful, very warm energies. And the sun's emanations are actually also, sun codes that are going to be coming through are very playful. They're very informal. They're very gentle, very soft, very loving, very upbeat, and very energetic. It's like the energy of a 3-year-old kid that does not want to go to bed and just does laps around the living room. It's that kind of energy that's coming from the sun, which is really endearing because I don't actually find our local sun, whether that it was the old rendition or the new rendition, is not the child archetype whatsoever. If anything, it's a much older spirit. And to see it doing this little laps around the living room is really, really endearing. I'm just telling you that the energies that are coming through are so beautiful, and allow your inner child to come out and play. You can even book some fun activity. Play board games, get out in nature, play a game. You will fill your own cup so much during this spring equinox. And again, really beautiful energy for planting the seeds. Very informal. During that day, work with the vibration of canary yellow. That is what you need to work with. What do I mean by that? Imagine that when you wake up in the morning, first thing in the morning, imagine that you're standing under a waterfall of canary yellow light. Canary yellow is the color vibration of this particular March equinox. It's very beautiful. Such a bright shade of yellow. And imagine how this particular shade of yellow penetrates into every single chakra of your body and transforms, shifts, cleanses it from within. So that is what I would start the day with. And then also imagine growing a sun that is canary yellow in color in the middle of your belly, where your solar plexus chakra is, where your yellow is. On that day, on March 20th or 21st, doesn't really matter. You can do it either way. Imagine growing a canary yellow sun inside of your body. And because the sun, again, is going through its own rebirth cycle. And as such, it's entering its beautiful, very creative, very inspired phase. And it comes through in this canary yellow vibration. So just nurture it, put that inside of your belly, and allow those energies to be anchored in you so that they could bring you joy, so they can bring you fulfillment, so they can remove the obstacles, all of those energies, so they can bring you luck for many, many days and even months to come. So again, very beautiful energy, all about inviting play and joy into your life and allowing yourself to just be. I think this is also a really beautiful day for forgiving yourself around any kind of shortcomings that you have. Just let that go. Allow the old cycle to carry away any and all energies of not enoughness or not being adequate at something, not being good at something. Just allow yourself to get curious again. Invite that child in. Allow them to lead you into a better life, because your inner child actually is like a little wise sage. That is, wisdom is not what we associate with young children, but the particular aspect of your inner child that's going to come through this March equinox, this spring equinox, is going to be the little sage. It's the kind of kid that is so wise beyond years that despite the fact it is very playful, despite the fact that it's incredibly energetic and a little bit naive, it will know the way more so than you do. And so if you feel intuitively called to do something during the spring equinox, listen to your intuition. Watch for the signs from the universe 3 days before and 3 days after. You're going to thank me later. Alrighty, my darlings, please let me know in the comments if you are used to celebrating spring equinox and if you are starting to sense the energies already, because they're going to start coming through very, very soon. Alrighty, my darlings, sending you a big virtual hug. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!